So yeah, you can grab a meal in there, some meat or some eggs or something like that, and some cooked potatoes as well as a drink. If you want a beer, it'll go down real nice right now. Does your character drink?
A little bit.
Okay, yeah. Just in moderation. You don't want to drink the water. God knows where it's been. It's so brown. And as you're drinking, a gentleman, or as you're having your lunch and you're drinking your beer to wash it down, a man walks up to you. He reeks. He stinks. He's obviously 3 sheets to the wind. He's got an Eastern accent, and he goes, "I'm waiting for my check to arrive on Wednesday. But so could you buy me a drink? I don't have any money till Wednesday, and could you? I could really. You can smell the alcohol in his breath. He also stinks, but he seems pretty nice. I mean, he seems polite. He's like, I'd really appreciate it. It would be. I'm passing through, and I gotta wait for my money to come in on Wednesday, and I would really appreciate it. It would be the most heartfelt welcome to Dodge City any man could give. So for the love of his neighbor." You find your dimes on the table there. That's why you paid for your lunch.
Oh yeah. Well, tell you what, I'll meet you halfway. Why don't you just have the rest of mine? I've got.
I'm more of a whiskey man myself. It's too filling. That he points to your half-filled mug of beer.
If you don't need filling, then you don't need my. You don't need.
All right, very well. That's fair enough. Thank you anyway. He kind of wanders over to one of the tables and sits down. There's a glass there, but it's empty, and he starts trying to finish off whatever's left in there. You've been wandering around outside of town. Okay, do either one of you have a PhD? Are you a doctor?
No.
That's up to you. You have 80 in your education, right?
Yes.
You could have a PhD if you want. If you want one.
What would I do if I had a PhD?
Allow you to call yourself Dr. Lazinsky instead of Mr. Lazinsky.
Yes.
Pretty much. Okay. So you can put down in there, put doctor on your character. You have a PhD or the equivalent of PhD. You've got a 90. Mm-hmm. Do you have a PhD or a master's or anything, or is this all mostly
I've definitely got a master's at least.
Okay.
But probably the reason my education is so high is because I kind of sat in college for many years and took classes that were basically unrelated to each other.
Okay, so you have a master's.
So I have almost a master's in 3 different subjects and then a master's in one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Most people probably call you Professor Lazinsky because doctors usually reserved at this time period for the medical profession, more or less.
Okay.
At least everywhere, at least most places. Anyway, so you've been hunting up. Give me a luck check. Let's see if you found some form of life you did not recognize from back west. I don't know the actual native life forms of Dodge City, so I can't actually say it is a cuckooberry bird or whatever.
Which one would I roll for that?
Okay, your percentile dice.
Oh, sorry.
Percentile dice for these guys. And we're going to give you the luck check. So 55 or less on that. That is a 13. That's really good. It's not quite an impale, but it's really good. Okay. You have found a couple of we're going to say we found a couple of birds. They're not native to any place you've been so far.
Yeah.
So you're documenting them. Do you have any kind of art?
Do I draw?
Yeah. Do you have a skill of art?
I did not.
Okay. Go ahead and make an art check anyway. It's 5%, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Make an art here. These guys again. It's almost always going to be those percentiles.
I got 89.
It is a terrible drawing, but that's okay. You keep trying and it'll go up.
Yeah.
You do a lot of drawing. You don't have a camera, right? Or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So you do a rough drawing. You take a bunch of notes. Here's what it looks like.
This is your drawing.
No. Yeah, probably something like that. So it's probably got markings on the wings or something. So you'd be like, the wings are this color, and then he's got all these notes written. Does that sound fair? That you write a bunch of notes, you try to do a drawing, and it's just terrible. Just for FYI, guys, a 96 to a 00, if your skill is less than 50, a 96 to a 00 is a critical fail. If your skill is over 50, it's only 00 that's a critical fail. So he rolled 89, which isn't a critical fail. It's just not a good drawing. But you've taken a ton of notes. Mm-hmm. So You can come back into town around lunchtime as well.
Yeah.
Let's throw you to the same saloon just to make things easier for the potential.
Okay.
You recognize this gentleman that came up to you and talked to you before. It's up to you whether or not you want to have anything to do with him. That's entirely up to you. I'm giving you a chance to get together. You don't have to. I can run this for both of you guys. It's totally separate till terrible things bring you together.
I'm gonna say no, just because.
Howdy, Prince Regent. Is this your lofty pursuit?
That's what he says when you come in.
Got more important things to do. This is where he goes. Trust me, I understand.
I just. Wait, was that to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
He yells that from his table when you walk in the door.
I decided to entertain this fella, and I go up to him.
Oh, I'm already entertained.
I go to
I don't
him.
think he said that. He said,
I go up to him, and I give myself a little drink.
okay.
And then...
Wait. What do you mean?
Like, a drink.
You go get a drink?
I go get a drink and then head to him.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry,
I misunderstood. That's okay. I just wasn't sure. He goes to the bar, gets himself a beer, right? Just a beer. Comes in. There you go. And you walk over to him.
Yes.
What do you do?
I just said...
What's your field, Doc? And don't say barley field. That place is a drug den, whatever they call it.
I'm here just on a little couple days. Just gonna be looking at all the wonderful animals you guys have here. From the birds to the insects, anything I can catch with my eye.
Ah. I don't catch with my eye. I catch with my hands.
See, you do that. And maybe you catch things with your mouth as well.
Shots fired. Oh, you never found this guy's name out. He's sitting in the corner. You didn't see Jake Simpson either, by the way.
Oh, it's a shame.
Or Jake. Is it Simpson? Simpkins. You didn't see either one of them here right now. Sorry, keep going. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, I'm not sure I follow, but apparently you do, because we keep meeting each other.
Ah, yes. It's very interesting how the way things work around in the world. One thing I hope to understand in the future.
Actually, he's been following me around, and he gives me philosophy about the world.
Does your character laugh at that? Does he find this amusing?
He finds it a little bit amusing.
Okay,
yes. Cool. You're an interesting fellow, I will admit. I've not met many people, but you are definitely somebody who does catches my eye.
You've not met very many people? Why am I not surprised?
Huh.
Well, stick with me. You'll meet a lot of people. All of my adoring fans. I'm a writer, you know.
Ah. I guess I remember seeing your booth with all your pesky kids that you sent at me. I don't think I forgot about that.
Yeah, and you weren't charitable enough to give them anything. Don't think I forgot about that.
You were just there just to get a few bucks. That's all that's what old men like you are after.
You don't think I'm there to entertain some children?
Not taking care of the shit, as long as you get
Well, they seem to enjoy pestering you.
Ah, yes, as kids like to do. Anything
like
that catches their eye, they'll go after it like a moth to a flame.
Kids pester you a lot?
No, I very much stay away from kids. Very much clumsy and just ruins everything.
You stay away from kids. Is there anybody you don't stay away from? Other than bugs.
Bugs.
You look a little like a bug yourself.
Yes, I always like to stick around where I'm not
Birds of a
wanted.
feather, you know.
What?
God.
Your character's being very, very patient.
Quinton's a fun guy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. They're spicy, so if you like them, a little spicy. They're not real spicy.
Okay. I'm just taking a sip of my drink.
Okay. I like that role play, so I'm going to give you guys each one.
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to take Quinton for very long, I don't think. Okay, so you could have some lunch.
Yes.
They got sandwiches and various simple foods, a lot of meat. It's a cow town. What do y'all want to do after lunch? Do you want to stay together?
Well,
go your separate ways.
I've had a fun time. What's your practice, Doc?
I'm a biologist by nature. Studying and capturing anything is the understanding of the world that I like to know, that I am standing.
Well, I stand on the world all the time. You could learn a lot from me. Why don't you tell me where you took up residence, and I'll drop in every time I find a new lizard.
Do I know where I live?
Well, you've got a hotel room. You can tell them the name of the hotel. It's
Okay.
near downtown.
Okay.
It's probably one of the nicer hotels, actually.
Yeah.
Probably a Dodge House or something like that.
Dodge House.
You're probably at a little cheaper hotel than what he's staying at.
I'm at the Dodge House, and if you do find something that would catch my eye, let me know. But I shall bid you a good day, as my research holds no bounds.
I bid you an okay day. I keep bidding people good days, and then they don't get one.
You smirk and laugh. You leave. Is that what you say?
Yes.
Yeah, Dodge House is $2 a day. It's a little bit rich for your blood.
That's true.
So, especially if you're paying.
That's why I got to stay close to him. He's moneybags.
You do notice now, something you didn't notice before, the suit he's wearing, tell me if any of this is wrong. If I ever say something about your character and I'm incorrect, let me know immediately.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing it's a very nice suit that he's wearing under this lab coat. The lab coat is dusty from you walking around, and but he's wearing really nice suit, nice shoes. He's wearing that monocle. He's got the monocle lodged in there, and he just has this feel. You can smell the money on him.
Mm-hmm.
You're wearing nice clothes.
Mm-hmm.
His clothes are obviously probably twice the expense of yours. There's also you got a gold chain for your pocket watch. Weren't you going with pocket watch? Nice gold chain on his vest.
Well, I gotta watch too, but they ain't got a chain.
Okay. He's got a nice, very expensive looking gold chain.
Mm-hmm.
He paid in paper money when he got his beer and everything. So you were used to carrying coins and stuff like that. So he's obviously very wealthy. There is no doubt. But he bids you adieu and he leaves.
Well, I ain't got any plans for the rest of the day. I'm going to, before tomorrow though, I'm going to capture any little bug or critter I find so that I can present it to him tomorrow, whether it's a...
Just any?
Yeah, that's right.
Rare, just like, got this mosquito for you.
Basically.
Okay. You wander outside.
Yes.
And are heading down the street, and you notice, can't help but notice, as you pass an alley, the alley there, that there's a woman and a man in the alley. The woman looks like a call girl, or she's one of the saloon girls, basically. Very pretty, blonde. And the man is wearing a top hat. He's wearing very fine clothing. They appear to be arguing. You can't make out what they're arguing about. They're a little ways down the alley. But they are, they're talking very intently to each other.
Okay.
And you pause at the alleyway just for a moment, and then you're just walking by and you're just like, oh, what's going on there? Kind of thought is going through your head when they both look up and see you, at which point the conversation just ends. The man turns and walks off the alley the other direction, and the woman turns and she walks towards you.
She walks towards me.
Yes, she walks right over to you. And she goes, howdy, I'm an employee over at the Dog Eye. You should come visit me this evening.
I have no need about that. Who is that?
Oh, every man needs that.
I do not need any of that. I have no interest in stuff like that. But I do wonder, who is that man? The man with the nice top hat he's got.
Oh, she looks over her shoulder, just a disgruntled customer. She was arguing over the price of my services.
What a shame, that man. I feel like you could do a lot without worrying about things.
Oh, you could too.
No.
You could just come on by. Come by the Dog Eye tonight.
No, I do not need any of that. My work, it needs all the time that it can get.
Well, you're no fun. She gives you like a playful pat on your chest. She's quite pretty, and she's wearing a low cut. obviously. But she seems fine with you rejecting her. And she turns and she walks. Well, she came to you at the edge of the alley, so she turns and heads down the street towards the dog eye. But she does turn over her shoulder and she says, "If you change your mind, you know where to find me." And then she gives you a wink. And then she turns and she continues on her way.
Yes.
Is your character embarrassed by this? Do you go red?
No, he just simply is just like, and he continues on his way.
Perfect. Alright.
He puffs up and squints into his monocle.
Nope. He has more important things to do.
Yes.
What do you want to do the rest of the day?
Ultimately, he decides.
Taps his cane authoritatively against the pavement. Flintshire!
He doesn't have a cane. He's a scientist. Why would he need a cane? He's not a dilettante. He's not a fancy pants.
He is to Quinton.
I am.
Is there anything you want to do the rest of the day, or just...
He decides to head down to the... Is there like the show, is that still going on, or like the big party that was going on?
The whole town is kind of partying. The whole weekend is going to... It's a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday thing. Tuesday's when the fireworks are.
Okay.
But people are just having fun. It's 4th of July. Everybody's celebrating. It's the centennial of the United States. Everybody's celebrating. So there's kind of a party going on everywhere.
I didn't really think about that. It would be something.
100 years. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. He very much... He heads over... trying to think, man.
That's okay. You want me to jump to Vincent?
No, he decides just to look for some more, for more things.
Do you want to stay in town limits, or do you want to go out in the country again, or?
Just like go out.
Okay, so you're heading out, just kind of exploring, seeing if you can find birds, insects, animals that are not familiar that you can take notes on. Yeah, that works. Do you want to keep doing that till like supper time then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got your job to do.
Mm-hmm.
What's Quinton doing? What are you doing, Quinton?
Chasing a cockroach.
Okay, so you. Okay. Give me another luck check.
Okay. 98.
98. Awesome. All right. You're chasing a cockroach. You're chasing some kind
First thing I saw.
some kind of insect, a cockroach, a cricket, whatever it is. When you run into a man who is coming down the street in the other direction. What the hell is wrong with you? You look up. He's got kind of a scraggly beard and mustache-ish. He's wearing all black. He's got a pistol on his belt. And he like glares at you.
You just cost me a scientific venture there.
Scientific venture? What are you, a scientist or something? Are you delving into the great mysteries of the universe? Is that what you say you're doing, Mr. Piznez?
With a vocabulary like that, maybe you're delving into the mysteries of the universe.
I don't think I like you very much.
What's
your
okay.
name?
You won't see me again.
You walk away and you try to get away from him?
That's right.
Yeah, you better run, you yellow-bellied. He grumbles and groans as you make your way through the crowds and escape. All right. Bloop, he's gone. You can find some bugs or insects or whatever the rest of the day if you want.
Okay, yeah. Do that. Maybe return to my do to relieve the little boy.
Alright, yeah. He takes breaks and that kind of thing.
Yes.
You have trouble getting back to town by dinner time.
Okay.
You found actually several different insects and varieties, and they really just sucked you in. And you realize it's dark. By the time you're like, oh, and then the bats come out. And you're like, wait a minute.
Bats.
So that's sucking you into like all kinds of terrible drawings, lots of descriptive text, lots of writing on the bottom. Your day has become actually quite busy towards the evening hours. The kids come back. You have to run them off.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously they're just going to try to steal more books from you.
That's right.
The temperance lady wanders by several times and just gives you a cold glance as she goes by. You see her harassing other people as well. You do spot your friend, who doesn't appear to have noticed you. He walks back down the street a few times. He's obviously here. Yeah, and so it's pretty late by the time it's time for you to go back.
I tell the old woman she'll catch her death. Yeah. Cold, a cold that way, you know. You'll catch your death a cold. That's what I said. With an icy stare like that, or maybe I will.
You will catch your death from drinking all of the terrible devil's drinks that you've been drinking. You are a sinner, sir. A sinner. Okay, so she goes off on you. This, of course, attracts more people. So, all advertising is good advertising.
That's right.
You were packing up the booth because things start to wind down around 11:30.
Yeah.
You haven't had dinner yet. You're packing up. All you're really doing is removing the books and stuff. The booth you didn't bring with you. You probably put like a $5 deposit on getting a little booth that you'll pay back to the city, to the town once you're done. When you spot your friend coming down the street, he looks exhausted. His shoes are covered with dust. His knees are very dusty as well. Obviously, he's been down on the ground for some reason. There's a lot of insects that crawl, and it's just pants. Who cares? And you find yourselves, and you spot him. Actually, if you want, Joey Grable can take the stock home with him and bring it tomorrow if you don't want to have to worry about it. He seems like really, not enamored, but like hero worshipping you.
All right.
He's been asking all kinds of questions about the stories, and when you're both in the booth together, he's been like grilling you like a fanboy.
Well, in that case, I just can't. Yeah.
Okay, so he's got the box full or whatever, and he's going to take them home, and he'll be back sunrise, if that's early enough.
Oh yeah, that'll be just fine. I go to pat him on the back, then realize how much he's carrying, and I think better of it.
Okay. And you spot him finishing up at his booth late. It's like 11:30 at night. Things are winding down. Again, still the nearest place to eat and drink is the Dog Eye Saloon, to be quite honest. So I don't know if you guys want to go get a bite there before you go your separate ways for the night.
Hell yeah.
You know your restaurant and your hotel is going to be closed this time of night.
Okay.
So
I head over.
Your hotel doesn't have a restaurant. Okay, yeah, he's right by his booth finishing up.
Yeah. And over to Mr. Penboy over there.
Penboy.
And over there, I greet him hello.
Well, listen, I'm heading down to Dog Eye, but why don't I hitch my wagon to your coattails? A big star like you, I want to stay close to her, else I might get cold. Like that woman over there.
They're packing up too.
And then, and I agreed and says, let's go. After all the stuff that I see, I am quite famished. So I need to make sure I'm ready for tomorrow and all the things that I must see.
I like the coattail. Okay, you guys go down to the Dogtail. They're still open, although it's thinning out. There's not as many people there. You
God knows he's got enough coattail for me and 5 other people.
You've got, you can get yourself a beer and a cold meal, some cold meat, cheese, that kind of stuff, some bread, or make a sandwich out of it, whatever you want to do. You're in the midst of eating when
oh, sure, I'd be glad to. I'm just a little bit short.
Are you picking up the bill? Do you even get that? You didn't realize that he's trying to make you pay?
I realize he is making me trying to pay, and I decided to go along with his little scheme to make himself a little bit better.
You're finishing your meal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, pretty good. When you hear a scream coming from the second floor of the saloon, from upstairs, there's a shriek of a woman.
Why, I wouldn't be Quinton Crankshaft if I didn't,
You stand up, put one finger in the air, and yell this out so everybody can hear.
Not necessarily, but I do say it to him. I wouldn't be the son of the great hero. And I make my way up the stairs.
Okay, yeah, there's a set of steps that goes up to the second floor. He runs up the stairs.
I follow it.
Okay, you're gonna follow him. There are 3 doors on either side and a door at the end. The length of the hallway makes you think that the door at the far end probably opens up to like a set of steps or something that goes down an outside set of stairs. There is the door the furthest to the left from the top of the steps is open, and you hear another shriek come from inside there. What do you want to do?
I quickly slap on my fake mustache and peek around the...
You have a fake mustache?
Yes.
Is it written on your character sheet?
It is.
All right, then. All right. You peek around the corner. This room is frilly. It's very kind of a nice room. Well, it would be, except that there is a lot of blood from the corpse that is lying on the bed. The sheets have been stained red from the blood. You quickly, the corpse looks wrong, and then you realize it's because he doesn't have any arms, and there's no head on this corpse either. The scream came from a woman. It looks like she is dressed as a saloon girl, who is on the floor, her back against the wall. She has a big bruise on her forehead. There you go. What are you doing?
Well, the first thing I do when I see this thing is I let out a little yelp myself. It's not like I go in here and go, not again.
Yes. Actually, I think I need each of you to... Are you going to go and look into the room as well?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So he ran into the doorway, peeked around the side, went, and then you came and looked. I need each of you to make a sanity check. This is quite disturbing.
I'm just way above.
That's a fail? Okay.
I got an 80.
An 80. Those are both fails. Okay. You each lose, let's see, here we go. Yeah, this is actually on the list. Quinton loses 1 point of sanity. And Jimmy loses 3 points of sanity.
3?
Yes, 3.
That's hard.
Okay, here's the thing we need to know. Let's see, 20%. 1/5 of your sanity. Figure that out. 1/5 of your, what did you start at, 30?
Yeah.
6. If you lose 6 in a short period of time, within a few hours, you're going to get an indefinite insanity, which is like a permanent mania or phobia. What is yours again?
It was 45, so 9.
So 9. So if you lose 9 within a few hours, that could happen to you as well. You only lost 3, you don't have to worry about that yet. If you ever lose 5 all at once, that's when you might go temporarily insane. And, well, you will go temporarily insane, but you might have a fit or some kind of faint, runaway fleeing, that kind of stuff. So we've got to keep that in mind, especially that one number, the 9 for you and the 6 for you. Anyway, yes, very disturbing. You recognize the girl as the woman who was having the argument with the man in the alleyway that you passed. She does not seem to see you. She appears to be looking in the far distance. She doesn't appear to be seeing anything right now. She's just...
Well, the first thing I want to do is get her out of that room. Because
Okay.
I can't talk to her with that corpse right behind me.
Okay, so how do you want to get her out of the room?
Well, I'm going to take her hand with my left, I guess, and I'm holding the gun with my right.
Oh, okay, you've drawn a gun. Okay.
Yeah, I did that when I went up the stairs.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I pantomimed it.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't hear that. So yeah, as he went up the stairs, he pulled a gun out of his jacket. And then he put the mustache on with his other hand. Anyway, so you grab her hand and you pull, and she doesn't move. She looks completely unresponsive, doesn't even seem to know you're there.
Oh, okay.
I go up to the woman since she might recognize me.
When you look into her eyes, like right in front of her,
Yeah, just look.
they're looking like past you. Even though the eyes are like this, they're out of focus, and it appears to be she's looking at something else, like she doesn't see you.
Yeah, okay. I try top on the forehead. It's like, anybody in there?
She's just kind of gasping and kind of like this, and doesn't appear to notice.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying something.
You guys hear other
bit
people
more,
are coming up the stairs.
I'm trying something a little bit more earnest. I've got her kind of by the shoulders, maybe I've put the gun away.
Okay.
And I'm saying, listen, we got to get out of this room. You got to tell me what you saw. Come on, this kind of thing.
Okay, she's still not moving. She does not respond to any of your pleas.
Okay, so in that case, there are other people coming up. I'm going to kind of give up on her and start showing them in. Until they can figure something out.
I go to the body.
Okay, you go over the body. The owner of the dog eye, where is he? Hank Dog Eye McNary has come up. My God, somebody call the marshal. There's Hank Dog Eye McNary. People are peeking in. Somebody goes, oh! You hear somebody vomiting in the hallway. You walked over to examine the body. Give me a spot hidden.
A spot hidden?
Yeah, a spot hidden.
Spot hidden.
There you go. That's going to be, percent of that. You want to roll again?
25. So, ooh.
What'd you get?
93.
93. Okay. He ain't got no arms. He ain't got no head. If you want, you can take a longer time to search this area if you desire. People are calling for the marshal. Nobody seems to be paying much attention to either one of you. What did you say? You've turned away from. No, you checked the body. You were in. Okay, what do you want to do?
Yeah,
busy.
I usher the people in. You've got the people shouting. This is pretty much all I can hope for at this point. Because now that means that there's a group of people who are active trying to figure stuff out. So the first thing I do is I shakily light up a cigar,
Okay.
And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to suggest to the crowd that nobody can be allowed to enter or leave. And then...
but we're already here.
Yeah, I know, nobody can leave. Somebody close off the entrances,
Somebody...
What about... I think you went out the window.
Yeah.
The window's been shattered. You notice that now.
Oh.
Your eyes were immediately on the corpse and the call girl.
So they point out the window to me.
One of them pointed out a broken window to you.
So
are you still want to search around?
I still want to search around.
Okay, you're continuing. You're making a more. The spot hidden was for the quick. Oh, I found this.
Yeah.
Now you're starting to look a little more carefully.
So I feel kind of lost for a moment, and then I start looking around for somebody who looks like they might be in charge, so that I can ask them, who took this room.
Well, Dog Eye owns the saloon.
Great.
So he might want to talk to. He's trying to talk to the girl. You hear her. He calls her. He calls her Susie. Susie, what's wrong? Susie? No response. She's just like.
So I go up there. I go up to Dog Eye and I say, well, now wait a minute. Who bought this room?
Well, this is Susie's room. This is the room she does her business in.
So we don't know who hired her. Who hired her services.
Well, no, she's hired by whoever hires her. I mean, I don't have anything to do with that. I just went into the room.
Okay.
She's never had any problems like this before. My God. He seems very shaken as well.
I mentioned to you, earlier today I did see the fellow woman with, I don't know, you might know this, but there was a guy in a top hat. Well dressed. I don't know if you know anybody like that. Seems like you know a lot of people.
Thinking of the spot hidden.
Spot hidden?
Yeah.
Ooh, 35.
35, okay. This doesn't come to you yet.
Okay.
You'll get some stuff here. Don't worry. Anything else you want to do? He's talking to you, but he's also still looking around under the bed, around the area of the body without probably trying. I'm assuming you're trying not to touch it or get blood all over you.
Yeah. Have I actually ever seen Top Hat?
There's a few top hats in the town. Usually it's wealthier men. You would think the kind of guys that hang out with him would probably wear top hats. Because you think of him as the Lord Fauntleroy or Mr. Rich guy.
Yeah.
So, and there's a few men with top hats. The mayor wears a top hat all the time.
Yeah,
that makes him look important.
So it sounds to me like this is way outside of my class, so to speak.
Not way, but it is. They are wealthier than you and your family are now. When they
so
first
that's what I tell you, but I barely seem to notice yet.